Hi guys, welcome back to the pet house. So in this video I will be doing a mouse cage tour. So right now the mice are asleep up in here, so I will not be blinding them with this light up here. So first thing I wanted to say is that yes, I do have a Critter Trail cage, and I know it's not the best option of cage, but my parents did get me this cage just a way to tell me that I am getting mice, because they got me my mice for my birthday. So they just got me this one, so then they got me this one, and it's a little bit over the bare minimum. Okay, so I'm first gonna start off with this little area up here. So this part does like come out, and you can like unlatch it, take it out. Oh, hi buddy. But they decided to sleep up here, so I don't clean that area a lot, just because I want to keep most of their scent up in there, so they keep sleeping there, because it is so convenient for me to clean their cage when they sleep up there, because there's really no reason for me to clean up there, because I'll do it every once in a while because they do pee there a lot. So I just want to make sure that there isn't too much bacteria buildup. Okay, so we're going to start off with my wheels. So I have 2 wheels. First wheel is this one. I actually have not measured this one, but yes, it came with the cage. And since I don't know the measurement, I can't really say much about it. Then my other wheel is this one. It did not come with either of the 2 cages that I got. My mom actually ordered it because she thought it would be super convenient, and it actually is really convenient because now they have 2 wheels, and I actually have a 3rd wheel, but I used it once, and like there's really no reason since I only have 2 mice. Yeah. And then up here, let me open this. Up here is their water dish, and I put 2 little paper towel tubes right here, or toilet paper tubes, and then a half of a toilet paper tube right there. So usually they don't use these little tunnels that go down here, because usually the bedding is blocking it, because I want them to have the right amount of bedding. So usually they'll climb up, like they'll climb on the back and then crawl over here, and then this is where their food is. They actually have a lot of different variety of food in there right now. Oh, hi baby. Let me wait for her to move, because I don't want to blind her with this little light up here. Okay, so this is their food dish. Their water dish is a little bit of a darker green than their food dish. And then I have this little egg carton with some string. I was planning on hanging it, but it never really worked out, so it's kind of just right there. And then I also have this little piece of cardboard. And the cage, like the way that I put the cage every time, it always changes. So this isn't what it always looks like. And then also I have this little piece of fleece just running across the cage. They never really use it because it's pretty flimsy, but I've seen them crawl around on it every once in a while. Okay, so down here I have a lot of paper towels, because they love using paper towels for their nest. And then I have this. They don't really use that much. They usually climb on these things hanging from the top of this. And then I also have some tubes. I have 3 tubes down there, this red one and then those 2 green ones. Let me try to get a good angle. We have this tunnel that has this little angle, and then we also have this tunnel that is just a straight line across. So I just put that like down there in the cage. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you guys from this whole cage, or I'll talk about those upper things last, but from this part of the cage, is this little like salt lick, except it's not salt, it's like carrot flavored. So it's carrot flavored, and they have chewed on it on the sides, but technically they're actually supposed to lick it. But yeah. So now I'm going to talk about this side of the cage. So usually I actually have a lot of hanging things up here, but when I recently cleaned their cage, I decided not to do that. So I have about 4 hanging things, or actually 5. So I can show you. I have this one. It's just kind of a big tangled thing of fleece, and they actually love climbing on these. And then I have this little, like, tie blanket, except I set it down in their cage and I was like, well, they're not actually gonna like sleep underneath the blanket because they didn't take it up into their nesting area. So then I hung it here, so it's hanging by this, and then it's up there. And then I have this felt. They chewed this off of where it was hanging over here. So yeah, I was intending on this being a hammock, but since they chewed it, they kind of just climb it now. And then I have this one back here that's really long, and it touches the ground, so they can't really, like, they climb on it. But my point here is that they actually really love climbing on these little climbing things, even though I did say that they don't really climb on this one. It's just because it is hanging off the side and not from the top. So the next time I clean their cage, I think I'm going to put about, like, maybe 2 or 3 more up there. So we have back here, I put some felt, like a huge just piece of felt back here, and I don't know why I did that, but it's there, and so, and then we have this thing that Gabby got me for Christmas for the mice. It's just this little chew. They actually love chewing on it. If you saw my holiday special video, I talked about it. And then we have this bed that I got them. They used to sleep underneath this bed, but they don't do it anymore because they decided to sleep up there, and it's so much more convenient for them to sleep up there. But I just thought it was funny that they used to sleep underneath the bed instead of like on top of it. But I think it was funny that they did choose to sleep underneath the bed. And then there used to be this hanging one, but they must have chewed it off. And then I have a bunch of fleece down here. Oh, this is another hanging one that they must have chewed off. They obviously really like chewing them off. And then we have this little piece of fleece that I did not need to show you. Okay, and then we have this little hide out. Let me take it out so you can look at it a little bit better, because right now it just looks like a purple ball in their cage. So there's a lot of bedding in it right now. I was going to take it out, but then I decided not to because I bet they're hiding like a little stash of food behind there. And I also don't really want to ruin this too much just for a video, because, I mean, they do have a very specific way that they like to live, so I don't want to disrupt that too much. So it's basically just this little hide. It can hang upside down, but I don't really have a place for that, because there isn't really a top. It's kind of just like that. So I kind of just put it in the middle. Mice love a crowded cage, so if you're like, it's supposed to be like really clear and like they're not supposed to have anything, but mice actually get very bored, and having a busy cage what keeps them stimulated, and of course their wheels. But yeah, so having a busy cage and a lot of stuff in their cage just keeps them busy and very entertained and stimulated. So having this in here also stimulates them by stuffing things in it. So I'm planning on like maybe pulling an all-nighter, watching, like, not just watching my mice, but watching my mice to see their behavior at night, because usually by the time, like, I used to be able to like make time in my night to watch them do their stuff, but like watch them play and stuff, but now they wake up right as I'm in my bed, like right as I'm about to fall asleep. So it's kind of annoying, but hopefully they'll start waking up a little earlier for me to be able to play with them. So now I'm going to talk about these little places up here. So the way that they get up is from over there. I usually try to make a space in between the bedding and the tunnel up there, but sometimes they fill it up like this side, but over here there's a little more space, so they decided that this is going to be their litter box, so I decided to start putting like some toilet paper up here in these little areas because there's holes, and sometimes I see some buildup down here of some of their pee, so I decided to put it there so it would catch it before it falls down there, and they take it out, so I have to like change, I have to put toilet paper there like every night, and because they keep taking it out and putting it in their nest or something, and then I also line this area down here because there's this little thing, and if they pee down in there, it's kind of hard to take this off. So I kind of just put some toilet paper in there so I don't have to struggle to take it off and then clean it. So then we have this little thing that I call the UFO, and that's the space shuttle. I don't know why I called it that, but well, this one looks like a UFO. My mom called this the space shuttle, and then I called this the UFO. So then I put some toilet paper here and here, just because putting bedding up here would just be kind of a hassle to clean. Then I just put some toilet paper up here, and I clean it out when it gets a little too messy. And then down here is the little roundabout. And then I put toilet paper in here because also, can't put bedding up there because it would be too much of a hassle to have to clean out. And then when I got the pack for this would call the outhouse, but mice don't care if they use the bathroom where they sleep, so they really just use the bathroom everywhere around their cage. But they do usually pee up here, but then they do the rest of their business down there, because usually they walk as they poop. So yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!